Hello everyone. Today I'm going to tell you about the results of my Ancestry.com kit. I was really amazed to finally get the results because, when I did the kit, they said, well, it's going to take 6 to 8 weeks to get your results, and if the lab is really backed up, it may even take longer than that. So I wasn't really expecting, because it's the holidays and all that, it might be January before I see my results. Now, 2 weeks ago, I did a video showing the kit itself that you get in the mail and how it was done, and I tell you how it was done. Look in the description if you want to see that video. I'll put the link to that in the description. And that was 2 weeks ago. I uploaded it, and at the time I uploaded it, I hadn't even sent in the sample yet. Here it is 2 weeks later, and they send me a link and said, "Hey, congratulations! Your DNA results are back in." And I was like, "Wow, that's so cool!" It happened really quick. Either they were very slow at this time a year, or my DNA results were very simple to process. I'm not, my DNA was not that complicated. So my reaction to the results, when I first did it, I was really hoping that, I was saying that I think I'd be disappointed if I didn't find something, if I totally knew where I came from and there were no surprises for me. But I was kind of expecting some surprises because, you would think after thousands of years, your ancestors move around, and you always assume there's probably some Don Juan ancestor that traveled the world loving many women's and leaving behind a lot of offspring, illegitimate offspring, And when I got my results back, pretty much it said, "Congratulations, you are 100% European." Now, of course, European involves a lot of countries, So, but, no, or there may have been an ancestor that, explored Africa, or, and had, relations with other ethnicities and all that. But, if there is an ancestor like that, I in particular did not inherit those genes. So, but, I wasn't actually, I wasn't disappointed. It was interesting, actually, just to learn what I was, period, and I wasn't being relieved either that I wasn't anything, I don't want anybody to think I'm a snob or anything. So this is how it all breaks down. 64% of my DNA comes from Great Britain, which wasn't totally a surprise. The primary countries they claim are England, Scotland, and Wales. I was surprised that there wasn't more Ireland in it. And what was kind of funny, when I was looking at the results, they were showing the breakdowns, and they were, in a lot of ways, they were implying that it seemed I'm more English than the English are. I seem to have a greater percent of the DNA than a lot of the typical natives and all that. 19% is Eastern Europe. Now, I'm probably going to butcher the names of some of these countries because I've never heard of them. I didn't even know where they were, or I've never heard of them. I don't know how to pronounce them, so my apologies. Primary of the Eastern Europe of the 19%, Poland, Slovakia, Czech Republic, Austria, Russia, Hungary, Slovenia, Romania, Serbia, Ukraine, Belarus, Moldova, Lithuania, Latvia, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Croatia. It's that group. Then there's 8% European Jewish. Now, I had heard that there was some, Jewish relatives in my family too. So I'm not totally surprised by that. The only thing I was not sure about when it comes to DNA profiling is that I wasn't sure if being Jewish was actually considered a race. You know, with Jews and Muslims, you know, technically that's a religion. So, you know, I could convert to either religion and I'd be a Jew or I would be a Muslim, but that doesn't mean but that, you know, is it a race really, you know? Now, of course, at least with Muslim, you know, they do, primarily that's found in a certain part of the world, so I guess it could be argued that's kind of a race. But I didn't know. I didn't know if there was a DNA profile for Jewish or Muslim, but apparently, at least for Jewish and all that, they do have something. So, anyway, 8% European Jewish, and the primary contributors are Poland, Belarus, Ukraine, Russia, Hungary, and Israel. And then 7% is Western Europe, which is the primary countries of Belgium, France, Germany, Netherlands, Switzerland, Luxembourg, Liechtenstein, another country or something, another place I can't pronounce the name of. Then there's some trace elements. Now, they were saying that with trace DNA, they say that may not exactly reflect what your genes are. I'm a little confused by that. But they said there's trace amounts of 2% of Italy and Greece and 1% of Scandinavia. So that's how it breaks down. So right now I'm doing a family tree. I didn't think I was going to be interested in doing the family tree, but now I am kind of interested. So I was kind of surprised that I wound up hitting with my relatives so soon. I mean, I guess they have been here for quite a while, but starting about 1850 was when my family came to the United States, and they came from Cornwall, England. So I was kind of surprised that, you know, that I'd be hitting the people coming over so soon. Of course, the thing is that, I mean, America, you know, to tell you the truth, I studied American history when I was a kid. I thought it was super boring back then, and I actually don't remember when we first started colonizing the United States and all that. So, but anyway, still, I was rather surprised that, you know, it was my grandmother's grandfather that came over, or no, my grandmother's mother's grandfather was the one that came over from England. So, I was actually surprised it wasn't, I was expecting it to be further up on the, in the, you know, family tree before I hit people that came over. I also found, they also linked me with some people that shared my DNA, and I was kind of surprised to find out that some of my other relatives have actually already done some of the family trees. So, you know, it was interesting. So it's an interesting experience. I don't know if I'm going to be doing too many updates about my family tree now, but if I do, you guys will be the first to know. Anyway, this was an interesting thing to do. It's fun. So, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.